Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Tarry Roller Rink podcast. I'm your host, BJ, and I'm excited that you're here. There's one song that can save a dead session, and there's also one song that can completely clear the floor. The DJ booth is not just about playing music, it's about controlling energy. Today, we're going to look inside the DJ booth, and we're going to be breaking down what really goes on to run a session. So who's this podcast for? Well, this podcast is for skaters, it's for rink owners, it's for DJs, and it's for rink managers, and it's just for anyone who's interested in what's going on at the roller rink. If you've ever wondered why a session feels completely off or perfect, this episode's going to be worth watching. So here I am inside our DJ booth at Tarry Roller Rink. So the DJ is responsible for a lot of different things at any given session or party at our roller rink. It's not just a music selector, you are a rink manager in making sure that everything runs smoothly. Everything from the floor to the music to the ticket office. We happen to have our ticket office right next to our DJ booth, so when people come in, we can also help with that. But we have a lot of different responsibilities. It's not just running the music. You control the tempo, the energy, and the flow of any given session or party. So with that, you have to be responsible and you have to be aware of everything that's going on in the rink. So we have cameras on here on the computer that you can watch every area that you can't see from the floor over here. You can manage your floor guards. You can see all the way to the back room here. You can manage the back room staff and the ticket office staff. All can be done right from this location. This location is central to running any given session. Each different public session has a different vibe. So we do adult night on Thursday nights from 8:30 to 11, and that's more of a 90s to 2000s vibe. We have a lot of 25 to 45-year-olds, and that's just kind of the vibe that we try to stick to with the music that we play. We don't really do any specials during that. Once in a while, we'll do a fast skate or a jam skate and maybe a couple skate at the end, just for retro vibes. But on Friday night is our teen night. We play mostly teen music. We don't allow skate mates on the floor because there's so many teens here, and it's very, very popular. And then Saturday afternoons is more for little kids. Now, little kids with skate mates, learning how to skate, families, so we play a lot of little kid-friendly music. Saturday evenings, we do like family music. So there's a lot of families that show up. Same with Sunday afternoons. Sunday afternoons really about family. So we play a lot of different family music, and that's the different vibe for all of our different public sessions. Now with private parties, it depends on the party. Usually we'll let the private party decide what kind of vibe they want as far as music goes, or for a school party, same kind of thing. So this is a little bit of how it goes. We have our Spotify account right here on the computer. It's all hooked up to the sound system. We have our sound system right here. All of the lights can be controlled from here and from up here. I'll show you a little bit about that. So here's our computer. Here's our light switches, all the different things. There's our sound system. And then also we have our mic hanging over here, along with an extra whistle and all the different formats of all the different sessions that we have. So in the past, it wasn't always like this with computers and fancy equipment. So when the rink first started back in 1959, the music that was played was from an organ. So we have a stage way at the end of the floor. That's where the organ was. And as people would skate around to the music that was playing from the organ, there was actually a person sitting playing music on an organ, and that's what people skated to. And then from then, they did some live bands. So on the stage, they also did some live bands. And then it evolved as music evolved, and as you could listen to music on 8-track tapes and then cassette tapes and then CDs. All that evolved right here in the rink too. So We've had 8-track sets here. We've had tape cassettes here. We've had CDs here. We actually still have a CD player right on the bottom. And it just kind of evolved from there. Now, I was just in the attic a little bit earlier last week, and I found a bunch of old audio equipment, a bunch of old cords, actually a picture that was kind of cool from way back when. And then also I found a box that had a bunch of CDs in it. Now, with that, how it was set up with CDs, and they did this with tapes too, but with CDs, there was right next to this was a whole nother section that had all the different CDs in it. With the CDs, we ordered them from a company so that it wouldn't be copyrighted music, and the company would send us like lists of 20 songs or 30 songs on a CD of different genres. And then with that, so you'd have different genre sections with all the top 40 hits basically on the CDs, and you'd have to go through each CD 1, play song 3 for my first playlist. CD 7 is going to be my next playlist. I'm going to do songs 4, 7, and 8. Then CD 9 is going to be my next one. I'm going to do songs 5, 6, and 7. And then if someone were to come up and say, hey, I want to see this song, you'd have to open up a book, find the song in the book, and then go to the rack, find the disc, pull the disc out, look on there, and then put it. It was so complicated. It was a lot of work. So most of it was just trying to organize the music. Now that we have Spotify and can play off a computer, it's way easier. We have all the lists downloaded. I bet we have probably 30 or 40 different lists. Each manager has a couple of lists of their own that they've built over time. And now you can literally just pull up the list, click play, and then when people come up for song requests, you can just search it, type, put it in the queue. Just if you've ever used Spotify, it's super easy. So it makes it way easier than when we used to have to sift through CDs or even tape decks. So the sound system has evolved as well. So we have all our different amps here with all of our controllers for the mixer right here. And over the years, we've upgraded as technology has upgraded our speakers out on the floor. We have 11 different big giant subwoofers out on the floor for the sound. The sound is controlled through here. We have to keep an eye on the levels because we've had it go above before. Managers didn't know and it blew the system and we had to replace speakers. But over the years, the speakers and sound system has evolved just like everything else as technology has evolved. The last time we had someone in was just maybe 2 years ago, and we had them come in with their equipment, and they specifically put all these different levels where they should be, went out on the floor with their sound equipment gear to make sure that the sound levels are all proper out there, came back in here, adjusted it, went back out, checked all the levels, went back in here, adjusted it, and they fine-tuned it for the perfect sound. We just have to make sure that we don't touch any of the major settings and just do the volume. That way we always have the perfect sound. So with managing, not only do you control the music and the sound and the lights, you're managing the ticket office, the back room, the floor, the cameras. You're really controlling the vibe of the session or party. But one skill that nobody ever teaches is reading the crowd. So as you're reading the crowd, this can make or break how the vibe of the session is. Sometimes they want a little older music, sometimes they want a little newer music, sometimes they want extra specials, sometimes they want fewer specials. Good example is on a Saturday afternoon, the kids that come in always want Dead Bug. If you don't play Dead Bug on a Saturday afternoon, they're gonna be upset and they'll be like, where's Dead Bug? However, on a Thursday night, when you have an adult crowd and you do Dead Bug, they're not gonna like that so much. So you really gotta read the crowds. And it's even on a teen night, they don't really care for that one. On teen night, one of the ones they really like is races, and they like floor guard tag. Those are the ones they like. If you tried to do floor guard tag on a Saturday afternoon, someone would get hurt. So you just have to read the crowd, and that's a really special skill that you learned of just years of managing. The DJ booth is really where music, safety, skating culture, and business all come together. So what song at your rink do you absolutely love to skate to, that you always ask for, you always request? hit the like and subscribe button if you like this content. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any tips and tricks of how to build a playlist or what specific things you do when you DJ, comment below. Let us know what you're thinking. Maybe in a future episode, we'll have a guest DJ come in, or even an old manager from back in the 70s or 80s that used to play music, and we'll hear some stories about what they used to go through. Again, if you like this content, click like and subscribe. Check out our website, terryhallproshop.com. All of our sessions are on there, our public sessions. All of our private party stuff is on there. School party stuff is on there. There's lots of cool content on there. Again, check out terryhall.com. Also, we do have our online pro shop, terryhallproshop.com. Check that out. Click on the link, subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Looking for a solid pair of skates that perform on the rink floor this Christmas season? These vanilla quad skates are my go-to because they're comfortable, right out of the box, no break-in necessary. They have great padding and a fit that works for a wide range of skaters. They come with a plate that's durable and stable, which is great when you're learning, skating session, or just getting back into it. And for the price, they're extremely versatile. They're perfect for public session, adult night, or anyone who just wants a quality skate without overbuying. Come in multiple colors, so if you're shopping for skates this Christmas season, check out terryhallproshop.com for all your needs.